This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to show you through your Keystone Cougar fifth wheel model 323 MKS. Okay, I'm here on the door side, going towards the rear. Okay. Alright, so your bicycle, or your rack I should say, your rear rack slides out from here. Okay, you've got on the rear, you've got stabilizer, scissor type stabilizer jacks that'll take a 3/4 inch socket or a crank. Most people use a socket with their drill these days. Alright, so we're moving along here. You've got obviously got a huge living area with a slide on each side. You have power awning, outside speakers, power on the outside. You have a LP tank in here, plus one on the other side. Let's move around here. Two 30-pound tanks. This is where you will that's a battery kill switch right there. So you can shut your battery off when you put it in storage. Your city water connection is right here, so that 9 times out of 10 you're just going to hook up there and you're ready to go. You got a sprayer here, as you can see, with hot and cold water. This is a black tank flush. I'll show you in a second what that's for. And of course, to dump your tanks, you got two valves right here, gray and black. You're going to hook your hose onto the dump station here. From here, hook your hose here, go to the dump station. You have a valve under here that comes from the galley area. Okay, and then you have your regular valves here that will be from the toilet, water and waste, which is the black tank, and then gray tank, which is sink and shower water. All right, so you're going to pull the black one first, then you'll dump the gray. And the reason you dump the two grays is because it's cleaner water than the toilet water, obviously, so it just helps to clean out the hose. After doing that, you leave the black tank valve open, and then you hook your hose right here at the dump station to this black tank flush. You turn it on and it'll spray the inside of the black tank and clean it out even better, which is a good thing. And then after you've done that, you close your black valve, obviously. So it's a good thing to use. One other benefit of using the black tank flush is that it will clean off your sensors too, so you get a better reading at your monitor panel. Okay, these are just low points of the plumbing for winterizing and dewinterizing. Your water heater here, of course your furnace output. These are service panels for the refrigerator. You don't really have to go in there, it's just for service, but that little tube you see right there, that black, am I getting it in there? It's hard to see, there's a glare. Yeah, right there. It's that's for condensation. That's created by your refrigerator, so you should always have that hanging out. Also, I told you about using city water. You can also use the onboard fresh water tank to pump water out of. Let's say you go to a campground that doesn't have any kind of plumbing on the campsite. You would fill your tank ahead of time, and you will use the 12-volt pump inside to pressurize your trailer and work all the toilet and sinks and showers and everything. So it's an option. 9 times out of 10 you're going to be using the fresh water, but you have this just in case you need it. You have a ladder to go up on the roof. You should always inspect your roof. It's 3 times this summer, or 3 times a year, figure in the spring and in the fall, and then in the middle of the summer you want to go up on the roof and look around at all the seals. All right, okay, so let's go inside. Okay, alrighty, so here we are inside, and this is the control panel here. Okay, you have a remote control with it. But let's just see here. Okay, so you do have the two Three, actually I have 3 slide outs on this one. A bedroom slide also, yes. So you have 3 slide outs. It's a little cluttered here, or unkempt in here, but we're still cleaning it, so it'll be in good shape by the time it leaves here. So anyway, I'm not going to bring them all the way in, but you can see this. I pushed this one here, and it brings your door side slide out, in, and then back out. You always want to make sure that your chair is twisted sideways back there so you don't hit it, and make sure it's not going to hit anything here. So you always make sure there's plenty of room, and it's like that with all the slides. And you heard it ratcheting there, I'm sure. You keep your finger on the button until you hear that ratcheting sound, which means it's already it's extended far enough or retracted far enough. It does that so it can't overextend or over retract. That's normal. You have awning here, which is the same thing. Let me see if I can show you up here. There it goes. So it's just going to go in and out like that. You roll it out so you can see the awning tube. That's how you know you're all the way out. Then you have lights here. This is the water pump I told you about. If you're using your fresh water tank, you can pump the water that way. You can also use this for winterizing the trailer. You light your water heater on gas right here. Okay. Your battery's totally charged. Your freshwater tank is empty. See if you can see I'm pushing these. Your black tank needs to be dumped a bit, but we're water testing it. Same way with your gray. And your galley is empty. Your galley, remember, is a gray tank, but it's for your sink over here. So that's how you check your levels. The thermostat, you can see that cool is lit up, the air conditioning is going. You just push mode and each one of these will light up. It's that simple. You stop at the one you want. Also, this has a power converter in it. The power converter converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. So you can see on this side you have regular household type circuit breakers and they're labeled. This is the 110 AC side. Then it'll convert the power down to 12 volt DC over here. You have automotive fuses here, and they're also labeled. If any of these were to blow, for example, they'll light up. So you see there's an LED next to it. They'll light up, and you can see it through that plastic. Also, this is a battery charger, so it'll keep your battery charged up as long as you're plugged in. This over here is a propane detector. It should always be green like it is right there. Just detects propane leaks. If it goes off, you take everybody outside, go up front and shut off your gas, and then figure out what's going on. Okay, I'm going to shut this off right now because it's making a little too much noise for me. So that's off. There's a delay time always, so I hit off, but it's going to take a few seconds to shut off. Could be 5 seconds, 10, but it will shut off. Okay, let me get some light here. Sink works like any other sink. Your refrigerator is a Dometic gas absorption refrigerator, so it'll work on 110 AC or LP gas. So you're going to normally set it on auto, because auto means electricity. Electricity takes parameters. It always searches out 110 AC. If it can't find it, it'll switch over to gas. So you shut it off this way. All right, you just turn it on like that. Okay. Then this is how you select the source. Auto means electric, like I said. You can also turn it to gas. If this check light comes on, it means it faulted, meaning there was like some air in the line and it didn't light. If that ever happens, you just shut it off and turn it back on again, and it'll cycle through until it lights, okay? But normally you're going to have it on auto. If you have a power failure in the middle of the night, it'll automatically switch over to gas for you. And that's your temperature. You just keep it up all the way, basically, okay? All right, so your range. You have a range hood with a fan and a light. Okay, this you just spark to light. I assume I have the gas on. I hope I do. Let's see. Yes. So you just spark it to light it, no matter what the burner is. That's all. You turn this clockwise. To light the oven, you have to use a lighter. Down here on the bottom, all the way to the back, you can see back there, there's a pilot light way back there. So what you do is you go to pilot, You depress it and hold it, just like that, holding it in. Then you take a grill lighter with a long neck on it and you light the pilot light there. When it lights, you hold it for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat it up. Then you go to operating temperature and it'll cycle on and off like a regular oven, of course. But when you go to off, the flame obviously will go off, but so will the pilot light. So you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Microwave works like any other microwave. You have a fireplace, which is kind of neat. You do have a remote. I'll put a battery in the remote for you. So you left it there without the battery. So I'll just show you this way. You have your switches here. So basically you can set it to different fan speeds, and it's just a space heater. So it's a good thing to have because it will basically it'll instead of, if you don't want to use up your propane, for example, you can run this in the morning sitting out here and it'll take the chill out on a cool morning or a late evening, so you don't have to use up your gas in your tanks, which is kind of a good thing. Your sound here is let's see here, it's AM FM obviously. I'm just looking it over. I don't know this unit. It's actually the first time I've seen one like this, so let's see what we got. Okay, so it has 3 speaker zones. A will be back here, B will be up front in the bedroom, C will be outside, and it plays discs. So it's just a basic radio sound system. If you're the type of person who needs more, you can always upgrade and just put a newer model in there. But it does everything you need it to do as it is. Of course, the TV works like any other TV. All right. Okay, so this is a hide-a-bed, so it folds into a bed. All right. Moving right along here to the bathroom. Okay, the shower works like any other shower. Your sink works like any other sink. Now this GFCI here, all the plugs in the trailer will be wired through a GFCI. So if you're using a coffee pot outside and it pops, you're going to reset it in here. The toilet is ceramic toilet, which is good. There's no water on right now, so you can't see the water coming out the jets. But the bottom line is you can't use this dry or without chemicals. So the first thing you'll do, you'll pull the campsite, you hook up your power and your water. Then you'll come in here with your chemical, whichever chemical you use. You'll put 1 dose in there. You'll step on the pedal. Water will be swirling out of here, right? And you'll just stand on the pedal till you put about a gallon or so of water in there. There's no way to tell that by looking at a monitor panel. You just have to sort of use your judgment and put about a gallon of water in there. You can't use it dry or without a chemical. So let's say you're on the campsite and you filled your black tank up and you're going to dump it, but still stay on the site. So you dump it, and then you would come back in here and repeat the procedure. You would put the chemical and some water in there. Now, when you flush it, it only fills about up to there, but you can fill it as high as you want just by pushing this a little bit. You can push it that far before the trap opens, but it will activate the water valve and it'll fill up, so you can put as much water in there as you choose to use, okay? Also, there's a fan. You always want to run the fan with the shower also, because it'll pull the humidity out. This is your antenna. You crank it up, you crank it down. When it's up, you can pull this down and rotate it. Just make sure you line these 2 markers up before you bring it back down. That way it'll lay correctly on the roof. All right. So, okay. Here we have a TV cabinet. I've seen these a few times. This is where you hook up your TV. It's got a power booster. You can see how it's green there. I think you can see it there. It should always be green. You can push that button and shut it off, but you want it on to get a good signal. The TV, whole thing just comes out. Yep. So you could set a TV right on here, and it would have to be like a 24-incher, but you can pull it out and slide it away. Okay. All right. And of course you've got closet space here, and your bed will pull up, and there's a foot locker underneath it. Okay, I think I've covered it here. Let me look around as I'm walking back. I think we've got it all. Okay. Yep. Okay. Well, you can call us and we can talk you through things if you can't understand or don't remember how to use it. Every appliance in here has a model number and a part number. You can type them in on a search engine and get the PDF, the original PDF documents if you need it. There are videos, all kinds of things, all kinds of ways to get information. So you can take advantage of that. So thank you very much for purchasing your trailer at National RV.